Hello, everyone. This is Glenn with the Blue Jackets PR. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon. We'll get started in just a minute here.
Glenn,
Hello, Jack.
what's going on?
Not much. How are you?
Oh, not much.
You are live on YouTube, so
Oh, I'm live on YouTube right now.
you are. So we'll
Cool.
yes, we'll get started. Oh, where'd you go? There we go. Okay. Okay, we'll start with some questions for Jack. Again, congrats, Jack, on the contract extension. Happy to have you in Columbus for another few years.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll start with Aaron Portsline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thanks, Glenn. Jack, good to see you again. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
What does this contract mean for you? I know it walks you right up to unrestricted free agency. It's some level of stability. You know where you're going to be. Just tell me what your thoughts are today, having gotten the contract signed and taken care of.
Yeah, I mean it's a good feeling to be able to have some security and stability in this town, and it's just exciting, and we're excited and ready for the upcoming season, and it's just a great day.
Have you had a chance, Jack, to reflect on your play the last 7 weeks or 2 months of the season, however you want to look at it, when you started to get more ice time and you really became, for this team, an impact to a center? How much did that change this negotiation? How much did it change how you feel about your game and how the team feels about your game? And was that evident in your talks?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's a process throughout the whole year. There's highs and there's lows. We always, for me, we always kind of go back to the Western Canada swing that we had in this. Well, specifically, I guess the end of it got canceled, but that Calgary game was a game for me that was a good turning point, and a good platform and a good picture of where my game can be and where my game needs to be to be able to sign a deal like this, and to be able to be a part of a franchise that wants to win, and be a franchise who wants to compete. So it's one of those things that we go up and down, and it's just the nature of the business and the nature of playing the game. But it's great, and encouraging to see that, paint that picture, and show them, show everyone what I can bring to the table, and what needs to be done.
Jack, this is a game of mistakes. Everybody makes them. It's the National Hockey League. They get exposed when you do. What was different for you about the Calgary, the often referenced Calgary game? That felt like a come to Jesus moment for you. What was different about that specifically?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great game for me. It was a close game that was I felt like I put out of reach, and it being a regular season game, people might not look into it too far, but it's one of those things that everybody kind of has a moment. Everyone kind of has a thing that they can always go back to, always relate to, and that moment for me was kind of where it was at. And I I just stuck to it, and like I said, had the game plan in mind, and now we're here.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Jack, congrats. You're building from that night, I guess. We keep talking about how your kind of rebound this past season started there. But I mean, over those past two, or the last 2 months, the offensive numbers, we've talked about those. Those were really, really good, obviously, as compared to the start. Like, what kind of stuff did you learn during that span when you were the top center? Boone goes down, you get like kind of a increased ice time. Was there anything that you kind of learned about being a top six center that you can take forward into next year?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get to play up the lineup, anytime you get to expand your role, you learn. I mean, still being a sponge, being a good listener, and trying to figure out, where you fit is always, it comes at different times, and it's great to kind of know, where I see myself and what I know I can do, and being able to have that confidence and the trust in yourself to have those capabilities is important. And like I said, you kind of grow that throughout the whole season, and there's hard times, there's good times, so it's one of those things that like I said, it's a constant learning.
Yeah, I know you were an RFA, with our Brights pending. When you came out of your exit interview this year, did you feel pretty good that that a deal was going to get done, that you would stay here?
Yeah, of course I wanted to, and I wanted to get it done. And it's one of those things where that's the business side of it. That's kind of the interesting side of it. The kind of can be long, it can be short, it can be friendly, and I think we were very good with it. I think that we came to a great deal, and to be able to have that now, and it's one of those things where you want to be all on the same team, whether it's with management, with teammates, with coaches. So I think that we're all in a good spot. There's a lot of trust being built within the organization and myself as a player, and now it's really just time to focus and do what I do best, and that's playing hockey.
I know you're doing a number of things, charitable efforts and whatnot to help grow the sport, locally and everything. How much has that meant to you to be able to do that, in your hometown, and kind of make an impact off the ice?
Yeah, I've always said that I wanted to come back here and be part of the community and make it a better place. So it's special to be able to do it while playing here. It just creates a bigger platform for me, and a bigger platform to help grow the community through the vehicle of playing hockey. That's really what it is. But it's it's great to see it grow and to be a part of it, and it just makes it a little bit more special.
Okay, next we'll go to Jared Smalley. Go ahead, Jared.
Jack, congrats. And the question is pretty simple because of your history in Columbus. It's pretty much your life story is based in the city for the most part. Because you have this stability now with the contract, I'm wondering, do you become in some ways a recruiter and reaching out to people who around the league are in that similar situation, looking for a team, looking for an opportunity? You've got enough relationships in the league to help this team. I wonder if you can sort of play a new role now and be that guy to help people join you.
Yeah, I stick to my job, and that's playing hockey. But, with that comment, I've always been a recruiter. I've always been an advocate. Even when I wasn't on the team, I'd always rave about this place. And, you can ask Patty, you can ask Pazzy. It's been since I was born, really, that, I have nothing bad to say about here. And now being a part of the organization, I definitely have a little bit more, back to my bias. So it's nice to be able to have that and have that like you said, maybe power to be able to be persuasive to people who can make our team better. But also at the end of the day, I really I want people to be here. I don't want to shove it down their throats. I want people to come here, experience what it is, and make a decision for themselves, because that's what we want here. We want people who want to be here and want to play for this team, not just be here for any other reason. So it's definitely an honor.
Okay, we'll go to Mark Scheid. Go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Glenn. Congratulations, Jack. I just wanted to ask you that several players have made reference to believing in the direction that the team is going and trying to build something stable here. What do you see from your own set of eyes in which that helps you believe in the direction the Blue Jackets are going?
Yeah, well, right from kind of when I came over here with Patty, you see right at the deadline, we make some trades and some big moves happen. And, when that happens, it's usually, the start of something fresh. And I think that, we're doing a really good job with that. Obviously, all of our young guys that we have, and all the new guys that we have, like I said, they want to be here. They're going to be, the best thing for for us, like I said, it's a group of guys, it's a locker room that wants to be in Columbus, wants to play here, and we found we've seen that we've started to create a bond already. I think this year was a great year for our trajectory and where we want to be, where we want to go. So that's what it's all about is finding that core and being able to build off that and have something for everyone to kind of gather around.
Okay, we'll go to Kobe Meyer. Go ahead, Kobe.
Hey, Jack, congrats on the new deal. I just wanted a quick question. How important was the point of buying out those 2 arbitration years and bringing you right up to being a UFA? How important was that while you were, negotiating this next contract?
It was just the way the deal kind of shaped up. Like I said, I play hockey. I'm not the business guy of it. And, I seemed that my deal, just kind of came up to be that way. And it's what they were comfortable with giving me. And it's what I was comfortable with taking. So it's just the way it goes.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll wrap up with Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thanks, Glenn. Hey, Jack, I'm guessing Claude Lemieux let you know when this process started. Can you say how quickly this came together? And are you pleasantly surprised to get this wrapped up in June before qualifying offers, before arbitration, before any of that stuff had to take place?
Yeah. No, I mean, you definitely, like I said, it was very good. It was, they were great. And, like I said, it's a great way to start building trust with, the organization. And, I definitely have to earn it, and there's more to be done. But yeah, it wasn't too long. It wasn't, it was all good things to say. So it was fun, and that's exciting for me. That's exciting for them, and to be able to have that kind of open communication and honesty. It's great to kind of build.
When did the process start? Do you remember roughly?
Yeah, no, I mean, it wouldn't have been, but a month ago or whatever, whatever, not too long. So it's been all good.
Great. Thanks, Jack.
Yep.
All right. That concludes our questions for Jack. Thanks, Jack, for joining us, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
We'll have Yarmo here shortly.
All right.
All right. Okay. As you can see, Yarmo is here. So if you have questions for him, please raise your hand and we'll get started. We'll start with Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Yarmo. Just wanted to touch base with you on this the Roslovic extension, obviously about when.
Hang on, Hedge. Can you speak a little louder? It's hard to hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me right now? Hello.
Little more.
It's better. It's still low.
Huh. All right. Hello. Can you guys hear?
Yeah, just take your hand off your microphone.
I don't know what's going on. It's unmuted. You can go to someone else if you want. That's fine.
Okay, we'll go to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thanks, Glenn. Good day, Yarmo. How pleased are you to get this done so quickly? I know you've got a lot of contracts to get through. Was this one of those that as a GM you enjoy when it comes together in a pretty fast process?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good process to go through, and I think once we agreed on the length of the contract, it becomes fairly easy because we, as we know, there's the arbitration process in the background there that dictates the range of the money that is being discussed. So it's fairly easy once both sides realize that what it would be, would we take that route to go to arbitration, which we've never done, by the way. So, but I mean, it's fairly simple. That's decided by the statistics, so we know the comparables, and we know where the contract goes when you compare them to the others that have done similar things statistically around the league, and so we were on the same page with Claude Lemieux right from the start. Just needed to take a little time on both sides to consider, and then we got it done.
It's not always seen that a team walks a player right up to UFA status. You mentioned you buy 2 years of arbitration from him, but is any hesitancy to let me ask it this way, any consideration to go beyond and buy a UFA year from him, or you're happy with the 2 years?
No, we had a few different options on the length of the contract, but I think we both felt that it wasn't time for a long-term contract right now. So this is a great opportunity for us to keep evaluating Jack and his growth, and we believe he can be a big part of this, and so does he. So we agreed on the length of the contract, and I think that we keep building that trust with him, and then hopefully at some point in the right time of this contract we can extend it to a longer term contract and keep moving on and growing with Jack.
And how much did his play the final couple months of this season, especially when Boone Jenner went down, how much did that impact these talks? And do you now see yourself as being as desperate for top 6 center play as maybe you thought you were a few months ago?
I think we evaluate these players every day here, whether it's game day or practice day, and I think that Jack grew a lot this year. He took some big steps on both sides of the puck. I think he has some exceptional ability with the puck, the way he can skate, his edges, his skills, can score and can create offense off the rush with his speed. But I think on the other side of the puck, with defensively, he took some big strides this year. And I've talked to Jack about it. It's a huge responsibility to play center in the National Hockey League and be a top 6 player, be a top 2 center iceman to that coach's trust in every situation. And he's still young, so he's still growing. I think that physically he's a very strong guy, and his skating obviously is a big strength. But I think that just overall playing center, and he hasn't really done that full time so long. So we got to have some patience with it as well. It's the most demanding forward spot for sure, without any question. But it's a very demanding position, especially to be able to play a top 6 role in the National Hockey League.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Mark Scheig. Go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Glenn. Good day, Yarmo. I kind of alluded to it, but I was going to ask you, how much more upside do you feel like he has? Can he be a guy that can eventually be a top line center for your team?
I think he has great potential, and that's what we were basically betting on here with him, and we want him to prove that to us. He wants to prove it to us, and if that all happens, then we can have a longer marriage, if you want to call it that. But he's as I mentioned, I think that his ability with the puck, the way he drives the play, the way he can get through the neutral zone with his speed, and the way he can turn in the offensive zone with his edges and the skills, he can score goals, he can make plays. They're very, very good, and they are that caliber. But I think that to be able to play the matchups with the top line centers have to play in the National Hockey League against the very best in the league, that you have to be really, really solid on both sides of the puck. And that's something that we've been working on with Jack, but I think he's taken huge strides, and we expect him to take even bigger strides after this. And that's what I told him after we shook hands and signed the contract, that this puts even bigger expectations and responsibility on his shoulders, but that's the way it should be.
And one more for you. He mentioned when he left his exit interview that he wanted to get the deal done. From your point of view, after his exit interview, just how big of a priority was it for you to get something done with him?
Well, we have some of these restricted free agents, and they're all priority for us. And Jack's a big part of our team and our future. So, but it all takes its own time. It's a process. Each guy could be represented by a different agent, and they all have their own process, the way they do their business, and we have to respect that and just communicate accordingly, and in due time they'll all get taken care of.
Okay, we'll go to Kobe Meyer. Go ahead, Kobe.
Thanks, Glenn. Good day, Yarmo. So you mentioned the possibility of talking down the line with Jack about an extension. Is that something that July 1st of next year you're trying to work on, or is that something you'll wait till later on? And then my second question is, do you have any update on, with Patrick Laine, if this was the first RFA domino to fall?
I think Jack's play and our evaluation of his play will dictate the schedule of when we want to start talking about an extension. Obviously, July 1 being the first day of it a year from now, but that's what we have the 2-year window here for. And as far as Patrick, I think I answered that question just before there when I said that every player is their own process and with represented by different agents and they have their way of doing business and we respect that but everything will get done and at the right time.
Thanks, Yarmo.
We'll try Brian Hedger again. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm going to yell really loud into my microphone if you can hear me. So if I'm too loud, let me know. How good do you feel about the center position right now? You kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but with Jack coming on the way he did at the end of the year, you got him, Sillinger, Texier can play there, Danforth, Corrali, obviously. Are you feeling pretty good about down the middle right now?
Yeah, and you didn't even mention Boone Jenner. But as in every position, we're always looking to get better and from internally grow. And I think that our group has some great growth potential in the Kent Johnson's another guy that we drafted as a guy who played center all his life, except at Michigan. And I think that he plays like a center, even if he will end up playing on the wing, which we don't know yet, but he drives the play from the wing, even if he's, or even exactly the way the center icemen do. So, but every position, whether it's center iceman, scoring, wingers, defensemen, goaltending, we're always looking for ways to get better. Sometimes it could mean something from outside the organization, and a lot of times it means growth from within.
I forgot Boone for a reason. Actually, I was going to build into this one is I remember a couple of years ago when you signed Mikko Koivu, you saying that it really might help free up Boone in his forechecking role on the wing. I mean, he can play center, obviously. Did a really good job this year, but I mean, is that something whereas if you have that depth at center that maybe Boone can kind of have more of that forechecking role as a winger and fill in as needed?
Yeah, there's no reason that center iceman can't be an F1 for a checker. So, but yeah, Boone can play both, and Boone is great at both. So, I think Boone's grown a lot on us as far as a center ice position goes. Now that he's played it for a little longer than we had maybe anticipated. So, he's been very, very solid for us at that position. So, I think it's a luxury for us if we can have guys that we can utilize their skills on both center and at a wing. So I think it's a great situation to be in.
Well, last thing I have for you is it sounds like Patrick Laine's back issue is all cleared up. I was wondering about Boone. How's he doing? Do you have an update on him?
No, they're all going to be healthy for the start of the season, no problem. Or start of training camp, I should say.
Okay. Thank you.
All the questions we have. Thanks, Yarmo, for joining us, and thanks everyone for joining us this Tuesday. Have a great day.
Thanks, Cheryl.